So if you've clicked on this video, you most likely know who Slazo is, but if not, let me explain. Slazo is an Australian commentary YouTuber. He's made plenty of videos. Most of them are pretty epic. Among some of the most epic are these two videos: the absolute size of Gru and the absolute size of Shrek. What he does in these videos is he basically looks for evidence in each of their respective films to find their absolute size. This includes their height, their strength, and their speed, among various other things. There have been many fan-made videos made by fans of Slazo doing this exact same thing as well. And today I thought I would add to this expanded universe, if you will, and cover the series creator himself. Today, we will find the absolute size of Slazo. First, we must find his height. How tall is Slazo? Well, I was hard-pressed trying to find any height reference for him, but after about a day of searching, I found this image on his Instagram, where he's standing next to Lightning McQueen himself. So I figured we could scale him up to Slazo to find out his height. So, Lightning McQueen is about 1.65 meters tall, and Slazo stands about 4.5 times this height, making him 7.42 meters tall. To put this into perspective, here's the average man and woman. And here's Slazo. Here's Shaquille O'Neal. And here's Slazo. Here's the world's tallest man to have ever lived. Here's Slazo. Here is a 2-story house. And here's Slazo. Let's move on to his signature weapon, his backwards gun.
Goodbye.
How big's that? Well, using his height of 7.42 meters, I have found that he is 4.35 times larger than the average person. Now, an average handgun is about 20 centimeters in length. So assuming his gun is that same length, we can times it by 4.35 to find that it's 87 centimeters, which is over half the height of an average person. Next, we're gonna talk about one of Slazo's trademarks. This thing has been with Slazo for years and is probably 90% of the reason he's even popular at all. That, of course, is Bear Grylls. How big's he? Well, I've accurately scaled him up to Slazo and found that he is 1.3 meters tall and 1.4 meters wide, which is about the size of a regular beanbag chair. Now let's move on to what's by far the longest segment in this video: his speed. How fast can Slazo run? All we need to do is to find his stride length and his stride length while running, which will allow us to calculate how fast he can move. So the average length of a person's leg is about 1.05 meters, which means the stride length of an average person is about 75 centimeters. But that's for someone this size. How are we gonna find it for someone this size? Well, I've done some research and I've found that the legs make up 62.3% of your height. So, 62.3% times 7.42 meters equates to about 4.62 meters. So to find his stride length, we first need to find how many times longer than the average leg length Slazo's legs are. To do this, we just have to divide 4.62 meters by 1.05 meters, which equals 4.4. Now we can just times the average person's stride length by 4.4 to find that Slazo's stride length is 3.3 meters per step. Just for reference, when Usain Bolt set his 100-meter world record in 2009, it took him 41 strides to get that distance, which equals 2.43 meters per step. That means the fastest any human has ever traveled on foot is slower than Slazo's average walking pace. Now to find Slazo's sprinting pace. All we need to do is divide Usain's sprinting pace by the average walking pace to see how many times faster it is. And by my calculations, it is 3.24 times faster. So we can just times that by Slazo's stride length to find that his sprinting pace is 10.69 meters per step. So in the amount of steps it took Usain to run 100 meters, Slazo will have traveled 438.29 meters. We know the distance he can travel in Usain's world record time. If we divide that by 9.58, that equals 45.75 meters per second. That's 457.59 meters every 10 seconds. Multiplying that by 6 is 2.74 kilometers. If we times that by 60, that makes his distance per hour 164.73 kilometers. It's not quite Gru's godly speed of 257 meters per second, but at least it's over 70 kilometers per hour faster than Shrek, and 120 kilometers faster than Usain. Okay, now let's move on to the next segment. How smart is Slazo? Well, the average brain volume is about 1260 cubic centimeters, and the average IQ is about 100. Now we know Slazo is 4.35 times larger than average people, so we can times 1260 by 4.35 to find that his brain is 5481 cubic centimeters, which is about this big, and this makes his IQ an average of 435. Which is over 2 times more than Einstein's IQ. And this is without even trying, so it's likely his IQ is in about the 500-600 range. And now on to our final segment, his net worth. How rich is Slazo? I have provided 4 examples that will clearly show what kind of wealth we're dealing with here.
Even got the Samsung equivalent of AirPods? Which are actually slightly more expensive, so I mean. I'm on the phone, I'm not talking to you. Yeah, no, Mr. Bezos, I want at least 10 million. No, Post Malone, I will not feature your next song in my video, no. What, $1 million isn't enough, Post Malone, I need at least 10. Can't do that? Well, goodbye. There we go, I'm just hanging up on Post Malone, just another day.
So, he flexes his Samsung AirPods. He regularly makes deals with Jeff Bezos. He turns down deals to feature famous songs in his videos. He owns the iPhone 11 Pro Max. And he also treats $10 million as if it's 100. So, with all this information, I've come to the conclusion that Slazo's net worth is at least $100 billion, which beats out Bill Gates as the second richest man on Earth. So, these are the things we have learned today. Slazo is, by a wide margin, the largest human on Earth, and the largest out of anyone that's been covered in Slazo's absolute size of series. He's only the second fastest out of the 3, but I don't think any human was ever gonna beat Gru's godly feat of dodging multiple subsonic missiles. Slazo is easily the richest out of the 3, with second place having at least 50 times less money than him. And he's by far the smartest person in existence, with even the former smartest person in history having just under half of his IQ. While I've got you here, I might as well mention something that's been on my mind. This is also an expansion on the absolute size of Gru. Gru holds the fucking moon in his hands, just ignoring the fact that it would probably be a black hole at this density. The moon weighs 7.35 times 10 to the power of 22 kilograms, or 7 sextillion kilograms, which Gru lifts with one hand. I think it's safe to assume Gru is an actual god at this point. So yeah, that's it. That's all for this video. I'd like to thank you for watching this video. If you ended up enjoying it, please leave a like and subscribe. Also share this video with people you know so they see it too. I've been working on this video for a while, so I don't want it to go to waste. So please do that. Also subscribe to Slazo if you haven't already. His channel and videos are epic.